need to stop simping. Those of you who don't know what that word means, it's basically a nice guy that like sends out compliments to someone online that that woman has no interest in having a intimate relationship with that guy. And so what do these guys do? They like say all of these like nice things about them because they somehow believe and think that they're gonna get their attention, and therefore they're gonna have some type of established relationship, which is most of the time it never happens, right? So you need to stop simping, guys. You need to reserve all those compliments, all those beautiful, uplifting, edifying words for that woman that truly wants to be with you. The woman that reserves her time, her space, and her energy just for you. That's the woman that you need to be complimenting. That's the woman you need to be uplifting. That's the woman you need to strengthen and edify her heart and her mind. That's the woman you need to spend your energy on. Not some random chick or some woman that is like flaunting her body and like whatever, all these things online. That woman doesn't care for you and probably doesn't even think about you. All she wants is attention from random people for whatever reason. There's probably some deficiencies in her that she's trying to fulfill but can never be fulfilled because, well, she's looking for it in the wrong place.
Hey boys, if you can't afford to date, then just don't date. See the craziest videos on TikTok sometimes of girls talking about how they get a Venmo request after a date, or they go on a date and they split the bill, which I already think is a mistake, and then the man messages them afterwards to say like, oh, you added avocado, or you had a cocktail and it was more than my beer, or like something like that, and like asking for money. And the most hysterical part about this is that I know these are the same men that are probably like starting podcasts or making stupid videos about how they wish that they had like a traditional submissive woman. So honey, here's the thing. If you do not have the financial means to take a woman on a date, then do not ask her on a date. If you cannot afford to take someone out, stay home. And girls, stop going on dates with men who can't afford to take you out. You can stay home too.
When he stopped texting first, I thought he was playing games. When he stopped initiating, I thought he was losing interest. But looking back, I was the one who taught him to stop. Every time he reached out and I responded late, every time he made plans, and I canceled every time he gave effort, and I took it for granted, I was teaching him that his energy was not valued here. A man does not stop chasing because he stopped caring. He stops chasing because he finally decided his effort deserved somewhere better to land.
Another reason why the lonely male epidemic is growing is because, tell me why I was heading out of a business yesterday, okay, one of my clients, and I'm walking out with my kit on 4 little wheels, the box with a single handle. Think of a stroller, right? Pushing it out the door. This guy's coming up to the door. I already have the door open and I'm heading out, and he just steps aside and like lets me go through, and I'm holding the door, mind you, still, and I'm about to step out, and he just and I wasn't even gonna hold the door for him because it's like, okay, you're not holding the door for me, why would I pause and hold the door for you? Steps aside, lets me through, and then as I'm about to let go of the door, just swoop past me and goes, oh, thank you. Oh, you're welcome, princess. I'm gonna start saying that from now on, because it's imagine I have my hands full. In any scenario, you didn't look good. You didn't help me at all.
Guys, especially young guys, tend to create what I call the princess effect. It's when they like a girl who they barely know and they start imagining all types of scenarios in their head about how you two will be together and how amazing and awesome she is. But if you really bring yourself back down to reality and think logically, you'd realize too, bro, that you've had maybe 3 conversations with her and yet she's living in your head rent-free 24 hours a day. You don't even know her. Don't put women on pedestals without knowing who they really are. Bra size and the circumference of her is not enough to cut it. Although knowing that is, probably not a bad thing. Your attention is your most important asset. Invest in people and things who matter. A girl you barely know and have barely spent time with is not one of those things. Instead, Use your time to make a move. Ask her out and get to know her for real. Spend the rest of your time doing more productive things than thinking about what your favorite position will be with her.
See, women, listen to me. The worst thing that can ever happen to a woman is to beg a man. Stop begging a man. How can a man tell you that he don't want you again? The next thing you've called the man people, that the man people should help you and beg the man. Or you start calling people that knows the man's friends to help you and beg the man. That is the worst thing that can happen to you as a woman. When you start begging a man, you'll be living under that man's command. When you start begging a man, the man ego will be so high, he will start bugaling for you. When you start begging a man, your value will die. The man will never see your value. When you start begging a man, you will become a management to that man's tools, to that man's hand. The man will start doing you anyhow because he's just managing you. How dare you beg a man? Even if you're wrong, don't beg that man. It is better for you to be doing the right thing, for the man to know, for the man to just let it go, than you going to beg him. Because as soon as you beg a man, you bring that man's ego. The man will start acting like you bring his ego out. Everything you must beg. Once you beg a man, everything you must beg. The man will make sure that you beg for everything. He will start manipulating you. That is how men do. And that is the reason why a man, you see, will wrong you. When you complain to the man will start manipulating you. You now, the woman, will end up begging the man. It's not that you're the one that wronged the man. No. The man wronged you. The man will start manipulating you. You end up being the one begging that man. It's high time you open your eyes. Stop begging a man. If you want to still keep your respect, stop begging a man. The word is enough for the wise.
Driver, I'm just your Uber driver.
Stop! Let go of him!
I just don't want to put my hands on the driver.
No!
I just don't want to put my hands on. Dude, no! No! Please stop!
Biting him!
Stop!
Janet, let her go.
Stop!
Let her go.
Stop biting him!
Stop!
Granted, biting you?
Stop!
You got the call? Are they got the cops on the way?
Get her, honey.
Just leave her. It's fine. It's fine.
It ain't fine, bro.
I don't want to
I can't get him out. I know.
Man, stop biting him!
Oh, your blood, man.
I'm sorry.
Turn your car off.
Bro, that is crazy. First of all, Grant is choking Buddy like a UFC fighter from the back and lean back. Who will put Grant in that Uber? No, Grant is a menace. They know she been biting people and choking people out while they driving for a long time. They set this Uber driver up. You know what I mean? And then Grant started biting my guy. And my guy was like, just let her do it. I don't want to put my hands on her. I'm telling you what, man, I'm knocking Grant out. Hey, if it come to that type of level of choking me and biting me, hey man, I gotta put Grant in the night, man. I'm just being honest. No disrespect to nobody, but you gotta protect yourself.
Okay, ladies, quick. Look, the England game is on right now, so all the boys watching the football have a unique opportunity. I am on a mission to get men to stop being nonchalant loser nerds. We want more chalant kings, okay? Being direct, being intentional, showing up, showing women how they feel. This is our opportunity, okay? While the boys are busy, I need your help. I need you to share one thing. It can be the smallest thing, but one thing that you love when men do it. It could be a compliment, it could be presents, it could be asking a question, whatever it is. Just give the men a little bit. We just need to hold their hands. We just need to give them a little bit of guidance, all right? Share one thing in the comments. What can a man do to show you that he's interested in you, that he's being intentional, and makes you just go, yes? Share it in the comments. Let's go.
I love you. And I want to be with you.
Natalie, stop. You told me to get out of your life.
I know. And I'm so sorry.
You don't understand. I did. It's been good for me. It really has.
Bill, we can
No,
figure...
we aren't good for one another. All we do is hurt each other. There was a time I couldn't imagine the future without you, but I can now. I feel free.
So modern women, they keep on missing it, and I'm honestly not sure how they miss it. Because they say stupid stuff like, if you don't have the financial means to take a man on a date or a woman on a date, well, a lot of men might say, you know what, let me take my man on a date. Boys, we going out tonight, man. Hey, it's on me tonight. So men might actually start getting together and taking each other on a date. I don't know if they're gonna do the roses and all that other stuff, but at some point in time, foolishness has to stop. Well, if you ain't got the financial means, I do have the financial means. But essentially what you're asking me to do is waste my money. That's what you're asking me to do, is waste my money, waste my time. I could be at home chilling, and I know you could be doing the same. So why do you come out here ill-equipped, ill-prepared? Well, I want the man to lead the conversation, and I want him to do and got 1,000 different things to show that he's worthy. But I just sit here and look pretty. No, stupid. You open your freaking mouth and have a freaking conversation. If the man sits down, or if he goes to the restroom, so hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. You know how to talk? You know how to start a conversation? Well, I want to know. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap. Y'all are two people. Stop this crap. Y'all are two people talking to each other, trying to get to know each other. God dog. If y'all start living in the same home, y'all start going out, he not going to always turn over with a cup of orange juice or a cup of coffee. Oh, hey, baby, what's up? How you doing? Good morning, my queen. He's not going to always do that. God forbid you say good morning. God forbid you check on him and see how he's doing. Well, you didn't say it to me first. That's immaturity. Stop doing that.
She said, why the f would your short DM me like I can do something with that?
He's 5'6", and I'm 5'4". It's no love out here for short people, even if he can't find love. I got a worse story than that. So I met this girl on Tinder. We started texting on Tinder, and she gave me her number. Me and her been texting about a week. She enjoying my company, I'm enjoying hers. And now it's time for me to finally set up a date. As we getting closer to the date, she was like, oh my God, I can't believe you single. Why are you single? I said, I don't know. Most girls really just complain about my height. That's what they say. Like, most girls complain about your height. It can't be that bad. How tall are you? So I told her, I'm 5'4". I waited like 5 minutes for a response. No response. I waited 10 minutes for a response. No response. So I finally decided to text her back. And my bubble went from blue to green to not delivered. I tried to call her. The voicemail you have reached is no longer... There's no love out here for short people, bro.
One of the reasons why a lot of young boys isolate themselves, believe it or not, is because there's the shame that comes from being unemployed or not having a degree. And no one really talks about this, but if you talk to the average young man who's isolating, they will tell you there's this humiliation ritual that comes with being around family and friends, where people ask you, oh, what are you doing? What are you studying? Which is okay, because we all ask those types of questions. But whenever you tell them, oh, I'm figuring it out, I'm currently unemployed, oh, I'm not really in education, they cast a judgment. And then the young man then leaves that situation feeling bad, feeling down. And guess what? Shame lives in repressed environments. So then they go into their room and then they tell themselves, I'm not really going to hang around with people anymore, because they've made that association. Whenever I hang around with people, everyone just judges me for my lack of job, lack of degree. But that's unfortunate, because no one ever pulls that young man aside and says, hey, you know what? It's okay you don't have a job. It's okay you don't have a degree. But what are you doing right now? That's a much more productive question. They don't do that. They would just say, oh, why? Why did you drop out? You do know your life's going to be hard if you don't have a degree. Why am I saying all of this? Because I experienced this. And the opposite, or should I say the plus side of all of this, is you really get to rebuild your identity from having nothing. I don't have a title. I don't have a fancy degree. I haven't come out of a good university. I had to work my way up and build myself up, which is why I record these types of videos and I can stand there and be solid, because I built myself without having any fancy title. So all I'm saying for any young man watching this is, you need to really accept that these are going to be the most challenging times in your life, and do not cave in. You know, people might have opinions, people may say things that may make you feel bad, but make sure you remind yourself there's more to life and I can always get back and do good things.
Men are born protectors. They do a lot of things that even we don't even realize that they're doing. My husband and I just went to a Detroit Lions game and we stopped at a rest area. He got done before me and I walked out of the bathroom and he was sitting there waiting for me. And I wouldn't think anything of it until I started thinking about this. And men are born protectors. He waited for me because it was dark. He opened the door. I went out first. I see his eyes scan the parking lot. Men are born protectors and they want to protect you, even from things that you're not even paying attention to. Like you could be downtown somewhere. There'd be a group of people in the distance that look a little sketchy. And without even notifying you that that's how he feels, he'll say, let's go look at this store. He's avoiding conflict. He's protecting you. Protecting you from something that you might not even realize. And it doesn't necessarily have to be protecting you from things like that. Sometimes you open your glove box, there's a phone charger in there, an extra one. He might have bought it. He might have taken your car to fill it up while you were taking a nap, so you didn't have to get gas the next day. Men are born protectors. And a lot of women don't pay attention to these things. There are a lot of men that do these things and it's just a natural thing. So pay attention. Your man might be doing things like this and it's second nature because, you know, that's just who your man is.
I was a madam for 5 years. I taught the girls how to take a 1-hour booking and turn it into a $15,000 overnighter. But it didn't stop there. A lot of these men booked these girls week after week. Some of them took them out of the business, made them their sugar babies. These things were very common. And they were common for one reason, because it was a job. Those girls understood it was a job, that they were being compensated for their time, and they did everything to meet that man's needs. And see, that's the problem, because it's a job. He has a list in his head of job requirements. They literally have this. Men think to themselves, this is what I want her to do for me in order to get this provision. You have to figure out what that list is and if you're okay with it. But if you really want a provider man, for the most part, you just gotta suck it up. You gotta be okay with all those things, because the benefit that you get is the lifestyle he is providing. If you are saying to yourself, well, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, then chances are you're not going to be able to find a provider. Nobody is probably going to come along and sweep you off your feet and do everything for you unless they're getting something out of it. That's the harsh reality. Anybody who says different is a liar. They're living in a fairy tale land. It's not true. But you can also live a very happy life, having someone provide for you, being accepting of all their flaws and not taking them personally, knowing that it's not about you and you're getting what you want out of the relationship. You want me to make part 4? Leave me a comment below. Also, let me know if you want me to build a community around this.
All right, guys, we ain't going into 2024 with this simple shit. I'm here to wake y'all motherfuckers up. I don't know what the happened around COVID. Something flipped, something strange happened. I can't put my finger on it, but women became the new pimps and men became simps and tricks. Y'all boys better wake the up. Protect your meat in 2024. When I say meat, I'm not just talking about this down here. I'm talking about your money, your energy, your attention, and your time. Your MEAT. Protect that. No more simp shit. We're going to end the simp epidemic in 2024. Don't go into 2024 trusting these. Stop liking these Instagram models and leaving these stupid comments under these pictures and videos. She ain't going to let you hit, so stop leaving that.
I'm going to share with you girlies the worksheet that I used that helped me figure out exactly what I was looking for in a relationship so I would stop dating the wrong guys, and then I met my boyfriend. It is essentially figuring out your non-negotiables, and I talk about that a lot because it completely changed the way that I dated. Like in all my past relationships, I always went for guys who I thought I clicked with, who has like a nice personality, who is funny, who is cute, and I would always emotionally invest before I really figured out if we were a good match. Then I'd get myself stuck in that relationship, ignoring my needs, ignoring red flags, and trying to convince myself that it's gonna work out. After my last relationship, this worksheet helped me figure out the bare bones of what I needed in a long-term relationship and a future husband. It laid the foundation for how I approach dating because it made it so simple. Any guy who did not meet my basic needs of what I required in a relationship, I would not waste my time getting to know him, because ultimately compatibility comes down to your values, and if they don't align, it's not gonna work. And this is my list of non-negotiables.
Do you think men should care about a woman's body count?
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
Why not? We're number one. We're number one.
How are you number one?
Because without us, you wouldn't be here.
Am I number one?
I think you are.
You think I'm number one? What makes you think I'm number one?
You look like number one.
I like that.
You look like number one. You're pretty handsome.
I appreciate it. What would you do to me if I came home with you tonight?
I would bend you over and... Oh my God.
That's what you do to me.
Would you be ready though?
You don't think it would be the other way around?
No.
Why not?
But would you be ready?
I don't know if I'm down for that.
Look, like this.
You can't mistreat a good man and then be shocked when he stops being good to you. The good man, he'll take a lot. He'll be patient when you're difficult. He'll stay calm when you push his buttons. And because he keeps showing up, you think he's never going to leave. But what you don't understand about good men is that they don't leave loud. They leave quiet. One day he just stops caring. That's a man who finally accepted that his peace is worth way more than your approval. Good men don't turn bad. They just stop being good to people who punished them for being that way. And that's not a character flaw. That's a man who finally learned that loyalty without boundaries is just self-destruction.
Your job as a man is to protect your wife emotionally. Your wife should be able to look at you and with full confidence say, I have nothing to worry about because my husband is going to take care of it. And if you don't have that, you have a problem on your hands, my friend. And bro, I'm telling you this because I love you. Making sure your wife feels safe with you emotionally is everything. If your wife feels unstable emotionally, it might as well be the kiss of for your relationship. Women are emotional creatures and your job is to bring stability to that. This is why when we come together, we're supposed to be the perfect team. So look, man, I don't know who needs to hear this, man, but your job as a man is to make sure your wife is protected emotionally. And if you don't have that, you better freaking fix that and get that, because I'm telling you, it's going to be freaking problems for you down the road, bro.
When a person is getting 12,000, how can there be maintenance of 10,000? What is your husband's income? He is earning 62,000 per month.
Home salary is about 12,000.
From a person's salary of 12,000, how can the court grant 10,000 as maintenance? Apart from salary,
Properties are there.
my lordship, his father is a corporator, my lordship. Where is the evidence before the court to come to such a conclusion that you are entitled for 10,000? You might be, court can understand. But what about if he's the person who has to pay? What will you do? Fortunately, in this case, he has not filed any appeal.
Let me read this video to you, dude. This woman, man, I just... Thank God, dog. Okay, how do you figure out what you want in a relationship? Okay, so he says, what qualities does he need to have so that you respect him? Has to have a backbone. Okay. Actively doing something with his life. Okay. Success-minded. That's a little broad, but okay. Love. What qualities does he need to have to make you feel loved? He's patient, generous, thoughtful. He pays attention to the small things I bring up. Willingly does things for me, wants to do things for me. This is going downhill, I think. What qualities does he need? What qualities does he need to have so you feel attracted to him? Protective / a little jealous. Matching kind of humor matches my vibe in general. Don't you have friends for that? But okay, you know what? I understand. Modern women are like, if we're gonna be best friends, I want you to like be my girlfriend. But a man is different. A man, like, he's not the same. You guys are gonna be friends, best friends, but for different reasons. Than like you being best friends with your girlfriends. Intelligent, out of the box kind of thinking, open-minded. Okay, not super upset with that. Can take the lead. Ambiguous, but I see where you're going. What's your love language? Can you guys guess it? Give love, okay? Gifts and quality time, some acts of service. Receive love, huge on acts of service and secondary gifts. So serve me and then give me stuff. You don't really see a lot of these modern women that talk about quality time a lot. So they don't want your quality time. I want you to serve me and I want you to give me gifts. And they keep on saying that all these traditional men, they want a wife to serve him. When we have here, black and white on paper, what they want. This woman says, okay, what are the negative / toxic qualities about yourself? Be real here. Some things we just don't care to work on, or it takes time for us to work on. Shut down when I'm upset. So you have a bad attitude and you're immature. Sometimes too blunt, straightforward, so you can't control your tongue. Once again, undisciplined, too much in my head. I think a lot of people are too much in their head. All or nothing mindset. Exactly. If you and a lot of other modern women, if he wanted to, he would. Can be a bit of a baby. Sometimes / unreasonable. You know what? At least she's saying what it is. And modern women really know that they're insufferable. And this is what men be saying. You're insufferable. You're freaking insufferable. That's what we're having a problem with. Your insufferability. And she goes on. What qualities? I can't read this entire thing because she cut it off. But it says, what qualities basically do you need to compliment me? Compliment her. Good at pacing. Helps me get out of my own head. Durable. Right? Doesn't wither easily, I think. And I'm just filling in the blanks here because it's going to go back up to what she already said. Durable. So basically has a backbone. Willing to basically nudge me in the right direction. So once again, I'm very insecure. What are your top passions and interests? Health and wellness. Okay, not bad. Cooking and a foodie. All right, great. Making money, of course. Traveling, adventurous. Hit all the fun spots and relax, of course. Luxury, creating content. Women empowerment. Really the only thing that you might be able to have as a passion or an interest on there is health and wellness. Guy might be into health and wellness. Maybe cooking and a foodie. But you know, modern women, man, it's the same thing over and over again. Okay. Does he need to share any of this? Yep. I was on it. Traveling, making money, health and wellness. That's what he needs to share. Okay. What qualities does he need to have? So you feel like he's husband material, unrelated to your attraction to him, or more so about him as a person. He's great with kids, family oriented, he's ambitious. So you got to pull her away from self stuff and say, okay, he wants to be self-improve. He's proactive in doing the things. So it turns back to her, ambitious, but family oriented. Great with kids, loves animals. But the number one here is family oriented. And really family oriented for a lot of modern women is going to be on the top of the food chain in the family. So these modern women, basically, they're inward focused on a lot of this stuff.
These are 4 simp behaviors that you're doing without noticing as a man, but let's get into it. You must stop. 1, you got nervous around pretty girls, 10 out of 10 look-wise. But around a 7 and 6, you macho man, you know what I'm saying? You don't care, you chilling. Nonchalant, right? Why are you changing your behaviors or getting nervous around pretty girls? A lot of these girls be pretty on the outside on the inside. And she's probably just as nervous as you. This is a clear indicator of low confidence, my guy. Like, come on, dog. You gotta learn to rise to the occasion. Kim Kardashian could be in front of me and I'll still act the same, because I don't give a f. I'm him in my head. I'm Himothy. I'm him Duncan. I'm gonna give you a life gem though, right? Anytime you chillin' with a girl, she's just as nervous as you. 2, you talk to her too much, my guy. You at work, you snapping her. You at the gym, you send her selfies. You in school, you texting her. And then you wondering why girls get bored and you be like, I don't want to be with you no more. Oh, I was doing everything right. You was being needy. Yeah, girls say like this, right? Yeah, I want a guy who's gonna text me every day. She see me every day, right? And then they leave. Never listen to what a girl says. Listen to her actions. 3, you still trying to link her. She turned you down the first time, or she said maybe so. Maybe so means most likely no. She's not linking you. She's playing with you. A girl got one time to flake on me, and she out of the picture. Look, I ain't tripping over shorty. A better dude probably came in the picture. I just charged to the game and on to the next. 4, you're looking past all the red flags because she look good. You go on her Instagram, naked pictures everywhere, titties all out. She's tweeting about 24/7. But she's the one. This the girl you gonna wipe. Come on, dog. Y'all gotta stop seeing girls from a surface level, bro. A lot of these girls be pretty as on the inside or mentally, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be safe, though.
When I found out about it, it was on TikTok. And, you know, I'm getting like the man's and the woman's view.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman's view
They're
is not
upset.
very kind.
They're upset.
Yeah, it's like, and then like men see the woman's reaction. And of course, it kind of seems like maybe they're getting triggered, which is a high potential, I think, that, you know, they're not liking it because like, why do men need to go somewhere else just because what does that say? That women here are not good enough? And I think that's like where that triggered feeling is coming from. But like, we'll go over like some decent reasons as to why it's happening. And just the fact that there's so many people that are doing it, like it's something to look at and to, you know, talk about.
We stopped slapping so they forgot that they don't have the strength of a man.
Right. Yeah, I think it's good that we stop slapping.
I don't know about that. There's a few I would like to slap.
I'm looking at all these women fight men online. I was like, why?
That's why.
Yeah.
Because you stop slapping them, and the female ego is ridiculous. But I mean, these women, like, they literally think what they see in the movies is real. I'm not saying just go around smacking random women.
Yeah.
I'm saying you start acting like you want to get in someone's face. All it takes is one smack to realize you're not as strong as a man.
When I grew up, I used to see my father hit my mom, and I hated it. So I was like, you know what? I'm never going to do that anymore.
And now your wife's out of control.
Being autistic is an ick. No neurotypical woman wants an autistic man because autistic men have traits that every woman doesn't like. Like, they're so boring. They just yap about their special interests. They can't yap about anything else. They can't read the room. They can't read social cues. So they can't read how you're feeling or what you want. And they have huge rejection sensitivity, which means they're going to be very needy and very clingy, which might lead them to have meltdowns. And you do not want to date a guy with meltdowns. That's why if you're an autistic man, you're cooked at dating.
You said that men are built to bear the hard work and all that stuff. Y'all think y'all built for it.
And why you say that?
I say that because often y'all think I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna get the money, I'm gonna go to work and get the money. What about emotionally? What about the fact that when you come home and you haven't had time to decompress, you haven't had time to yourself, you throw the whole house energy off? What about the fact that, you know, you might be in the morning time in the mood when you leaving out and the kids is up getting ready for school too? You might not be in the best of moods thinking you're ready to actually go to work right now, and you throw off my kids' school day before they go to school. That happens too. And a lot of the time, because you guys don't give yourself the space to actually, you know, exert emotions and to talk about how you feel, and I'm talking about the traditional man from the perspective that you gave me, that's an issue.
Free game. And don't ever say I never told y'all anything. Men are more attracted to peace than okay? And don't let that go over y'all heads, because I be hearing women, seeing women talk about her, talk about his girl, talk about his wife. That lady is probably an angel. Okay? And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Anyway, but you don't know what type of energy, peace, vibes, happiness, just being a good soul, being a good person. You don't know what this person brings, what type of value she brings. Y'all so focused on the image, the outside. The exterior is beautiful. Inside is just ew. And I be hearing it all the time from these men. Yeah, she bad as she cold as body banging. Attitude ugly. energy, ugly. When me and my best friend go out, it's hard to explain because the looks that we get from other women, like last night when I went out, I got looked up and down a lot last night. I got the ugliest stares last night. This man in my face, she looking at me. Why he talking to me? Because you looking stank. I'm over here laughing, giggling, having a great time, a great ball. He's attracted to that energy. He wants some of this, okay? Peace, happiness, love is way more attractive than what you think.
Being emotional. Why are you like half naked out here?
Why you half ugly out here? It don't make sense either.
Wait, why are you white knighting though? She has her butt out.
You gonna walk up to a girl and say, okay, why you got your butt out?
Yeah.
And you act like you don't like it? Are you?
I don't like it. I got a girlfriend.
A fruit of the Holy Spirit is modesty, and if you care so much about modesty, then
why is she talking about modesty out of all people?
And I preach Holy Spirit.
So you preach modesty, but you're with girls that dress like.
You said my girl is out here looking nice.
Who said that? No one said that. No one said your girl's looking nice. It's the opposite of looking nice.
You brought her attention.
It's the opposite of looking nice.
Out of every,
because she's one of the girls I've seen so far.
That's what you think. See 100 other girls see her dressed.
And I go up to all the other girls. You want your girl blending in with all the hoes?
Not though. She's not at all.
Well, that's why I came up to her. I would be equally as mad if my girl was dressing like that.
That's actually crazy that you said that because I'm like, this is too short, this is too short.
You might think it's a little too short, but that's not for no reason.
Why are you rigging people, bro?
Why are you changing the subject? I was having a decent conversation before you started like, you know, usually the women are the emotional ones, but you're the one acting you're acting out of emotion and not logic. I was actually for once having a logical, intelligent conversation with a woman, and the man is the one being emotional. She's being emotional. Don't touch my
Are you scared? I can't threaten you that much.
Scared of this guy? Yo. Scared of this guy?
Put the watch back on your knuckles, gang.
I will put my diamond watch back on my wrist. Have fun with your fake chrome and slutty girl.
I don't want to hear anything about an LA girl, New York, Miami. I want the product straight from the source. If I can't go straight to Europe, Asia, South America, Africa, Australia to pick it up, keep it. Keep it. I don't need no stepped on work. Too many hands untouched the product, man. I'm telling y'all right now, the hype is done. Get the product straight from the source, bro. It's a different caliber. When you go straight to the source, you gotta go to the jungle. Stop wasting your time in the wrong environment. What I'm telling y'all right now, the difference of the caliber of women you're gonna see when you travel abroad is just different, bro. It's different, bro. I told y'all a long time ago, I'm a goner. South America already had me in the hole. Now, man, listen. You need to go to Switzerland, Germany, Sweden, and Italy. I ain't, man, so much you just need to go see, but I'm telling you right now, man, keep everything in America. I'm good on it. Trust fund baddies only. You need help with your dating psychology? Yeah.
I have no objection to men wanting the title of provider and protector if you actually walk the walk on that, because protection is not the potential for in your fantasy about an intruder, which in 99% of cases is never going to happen. You are not a protector if you do not independently research and know how to install and buckle your child's car seat properly. You are not a protector if you don't know who their doctor is, where to take them if they get hurt, the proper protocol or phone numbers for things like poison control or if they choke. You are not a protector when you teach your kids things like abstinence only and purity culture, which are proven to just be harmful. You are not a protector if you ever lay hands on your kids for any reason. And speaking of the typical invasion fantasy, you are not a protector if you have in your home and it is not unloaded and under lock and key.
You could only pick 2 in a man out of these 8 traits. What 2 would you pick?
Okay. Protective and loyal.
Why protective 100%. And loyal?
Because I'm a woman and I need a man. Very man. Protective.
So you would pass up on tall, attractive,
yeah, totally.
Wealthy?
I love mentor, of course, but it's not the most important things. Your face and your physical or your money, for me, is not very important. I see your soul.
And I see what Randy is saying. She's essentially saying, you know, a lot of times you guys, y'all want to provide, but you're not stable emotionally. You know, you get up, you're frustrated, and you're going to work. Have you ever tried to ask why the man is frustrated? Do you think it might be maybe the wife and kids. Well, I want to go here. I want to go do this. And nobody really understands the emotional toll that it takes on a man. And when a man tries to tell you, because a man will tell you, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. But a lot of times modern women, they just don't care. I'm dealing with my own stuff. I'm going to take care of the kids or whatever it is. You're the man. You got to lead, dude. I mean, you're my rock. So get it together. But the man doesn't have a rock, because the man, that's what I keep on saying, the man is the last stop. There is nothing after the man. And that's what we keep on running into as the issue. So you're mad at the man, but the man really doesn't have anybody to go to. Well, why don't you go to your friends? I can go to my friends. That's fine. But I thought I was going to be able to go to my wife. I thought the vow said, you know, to have and to hold. Like, we're going to be there for each other. I have you, you have me. The problem is modern women, or in general in relationships, the woman always has the man. She always has the man. But the man, who does he have? So I have to shoulder the load, not only my family, but a lot of times, at some point in time, parts of your family, and of course, parts of mine. It is very frustrating. It is very difficult. It is very hard, especially when I have to figure out how to make something out of nothing. I was thinking about or listening to a guy that he's now a millionaire. He said, you know, you just have to make it happen. What is that? What does that mean? I don't know. It just makes you just whatever you need to do. If you got to go pick up trash, go pick up trash and get paid for it. If you got to go work at Starbucks, if you got to go DoorDash or Uber or pick up a third job and a fourth job unofficially, I got to do it. There's a lot of things that men were never comfortable doing that they have to get comfortable doing because the family's got to eat. You guys don't understand it because you be asleep. You be in there snoring. Just eyes closed, just not worried about a thing. Got an eye mask on. That means you're not alert. You're not ready for anything that comes your way, because a man's gonna handle it, right? Man go to bed at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Got to get back up in an hour or two and go to work for a full freaking day. That's why the man is emotional. He's not getting enough sleep. And ain't nobody saying, hey, I'm going to take on a little bit more. I'm going to try to help. Even if you don't get another job, I'm going to try to see what I can do around this house to help my man out.
Gentlemen, if no one's told you, you got to tell yourself, you are special. You are important. You are the man. When I talk about things like confident, intelligent, and assertive, CIA, when I talk about frames, fragrance, footwear, when I talk about any of the things, the catchwords I use them for a very specific reason, because you matter. And you need to carry yourself as such. So the first thing is I started to treat myself well. Yeah, even when you're making minimum wages, get an extra topping on your pizza, get extra cheese. That's why I talk about the 3 F's, frames, fragrance, and footwear.
I will screw you over so bad in child support, you'll hardly ever see your daughter and you'll have to move back in with your mommy. We pull into the driveway. I wanted out of that car so bad. Before she even stopped, and this was used against me in court, before she even stopped, we're in the driveway. My driveway is very short. I mean, people have seen my driveway in videos. Before she gets stopped, I've already opened the door, jumped out, closed the door, and I'm running inside because I want the hell away from her. I run inside, I get in bed, and I even screamed at her. I was like, you're watching Stella tonight. Because remember, I was the one who was up every single night. I was sleep deprived. And then I'm also working 50 hours a week on an assembly line. Oh, the next day I started talking to attorneys. Couldn't meet up with any. It's Tuesday. I met up with a guy here in Wilson County, and I feel like we got to strike fast because all of them are saying, you have to be the first one to file.
What made you talk to an attorney?
I wanted to talk to an attorney because she's the court reporter. her mother is a court reporter. They know the courts. They know the situation. And she told me she's going to screw me over so bad in child support, I'll hardly ever see my daughter. And you'll have to move back in with your mom. That hit. You know what I mean? Like, everything that I've done for you.
I didn't see this coming. Y'all ready?
Things like this that sound negative. I normally don't post things like this that sound negative. I'm about to sound negative, just so you know. And men, I'm going to be talking about you. I normally don't do that because I'm a person who typically believes that people are inherently good. Life is just easier that way. And that, you know, I've had good experiences dating. But if I come across one more post about a man talking about he's choosing his peace, he's not dating anymore.
Already speaking, this is not a lady I would date, not a person I would want to be around with. Already she just seems like she has a negative outlook on life and will complain about every single little thing as well.
Is intact. Off. All the way off. Because I've been out here dating for about 4 years now, okay? Y'all don't have no money.
So first off, she's looking for someone who has money. As long as the guy has money, she's going to be good, I guess. Let's see what else she has to say.
You don't have money. I have yet to date a man that actually makes more than me. I have yet to date a man that can do more for me than I can do for myself. Now,
you're talking about dating. It's not your husband. You want a guy to do more for you while you dating than you can do for yourself? You want him to be paying for your nails, paying for your hair, paying for your manicures and pedicures, paying for... What are you looking for?
I saw this woman talking about how we'll never skip the patriarchy. Feminists will claim that they're feminists, but when it comes to a woman proposing to her man, it's seen as like wrong. And how that's upholding patriarchal values, right? Men are inherently dangerous. Men are... My firm belief is the reason that we have men properly court us and properly take the time to date us, truly invest in us. As women, we need proof that this man is not going to be a liability, that this man is not going to be dangerous. I'm not saying providing a proposal and a ring will do that, but a man truly investing in you, investing more than just financially, I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, vulnerability, and proving himself to you to make you feel safe enough with him. As women, we have safety within ourselves. We can have security within ourselves. But if we are going to sacrifice our future goals, our minds, our own bodies to find our person to be with forever, because we're human, connection's important, and it's needed, I'm against a woman proposing to a man. And is that proof when it comes to providing and protecting inherently patriarchal? It probably is. But we also need that as women so we can ensure that we are protecting ourselves when it comes to dating and marrying these men.
Every time I left his apartment, he would be like, when can I see you again? When's the next time I can see you? And he would like schedule a date right then and there. And the follow-up was so... At first I was like, ew, like you're clingy. But then I was like, oh no, this is what you deserve.
Feels nice.
Yeah, I think something I started to develop as I got older was like, when you think about what you're rejecting, say it out loud and say, I'm not going to see him anymore because he's too nice to me. And how ridiculous that sounds.
Yep.
Like, and if it sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. Anytime I've really ever had doubts about him, which is rare, but it's always been something that is so just clear of my past trauma.
Because it feels so unfamiliar to know exactly where you stand. While it feels good, it feels kind of scary, and it also feels like, wait, there's no drama.
Right.
What's going on?
Yeah. And like that something might be wrong, and it's like, is there going to be any excitement? Because like it's always just good, and it's like there's going to be enough excitement in your own personal life. Like you need a rock. You need someone stable.
Girlies who actively and willingly date men who accept child support from their ex-wife and alimony from their ex-wife, I need you to come to the front of the class because I need you to explain something to me. Like, what is appealing about it? So my girlfriend, she was on a date with this guy last week, and he somehow brought up the fact that he receives child support and alimony from his ex-wife with 50-50 custody, and she kind of just was taken aback by it. And so when we were talking about it, I was like, I mean, I can see how it can go both ways. Like, we can't necessarily discriminate against men if, you know, women get it. But she was like, but as a man who is claiming to be a provider or wanting to be head of household, you can't even take care of your children and yourself without getting child support and alimony from your ex-wife. So how can I ever expect you to take care of me, our future family, our future kids? And I didn't really see it that way, but I'm like, you know, I mean, kind of you're right. especially if like they're leaning super hard into I'm head of household, I'm the provider, you listen to me, and they're looking for kind of like a trad wife type situation. But if you're a girl who is dating a guy who receives alimony and child support from their ex-wife, tell me why and what motivates you to stay with them.
The necessity of a good man. That's why some single mothers, especially the ones who failed in marriages, they prefer to go and correct their behavior and go back to their husbands. Because when they realize that, hey, out there, it's a dark world. All I had to do was cook for that man. All I had to do was, give him. All I had to do was respect him. And they realized that, hey, I couldn't give him this particular stuff. You know what? He's still single. He's still mourning the relationship. I'm going to fix myself. And I'm going to pray to God to give me this man back. And they go back and they restore stuff, because she starts realizing that out there, it's not serious ones on top of that. And they'll come there, they'll park BMWs for you, they will smile for you, they will look at you, they will bedazzle you off your feet, they'll take you to La Parada, they'll take you to Papa's, they'll take you to all these nice fancy restaurants, you'll be swept off your feet. And that first date, you have to give something for it. And it's your body.
Nothing's for free.
Exactly. And a lot of women that are single mothers are realizing that this world doesn't work on free.
Stop wasting your loneliness. Do you understand the profound freedom that comes with having no one around to answer to? You can do what you want, when you want. You can go experience new things. You can broaden your horizons, learn a new skill, eat and sleep when you want. You are free for the first time in your life. You're going to spend all this time trying to solve it by bringing other people into your existence, by placating and pleasing, by becoming more agreeable, all the while only creating more loneliness as you let the best of your life pass you by. I'm not saying that loneliness isn't painful, it is, but it's the pain that's required for you to grow into the person you want to be, so you can attract the people you want to be with, because without loneliness, you'll never get desperate enough to experience yourself, and that's where life is. Hope this helps.
I'm representing strength. I'm saying that we have a lot of power. We have power to make heaven and for our men. And I'm saying, let's try making heaven. Let's try to build him up. If a man has his woman behind him, he will believe he can do anything. And all we need to do is to get our men to believe that they can do anything. And he'll be able to, do much better than he's doing now and come out of the pitiful condition he's in. As I said, I'm not exonerating him. I'm just saying that all of that strength that we have, let's use it in a more positive way instead of just going for self. Nobody told us that all of that being my own person and I'm independent would lead to separation and loneliness. But that's what we had to trade for that.
A girl calls me on Facebook. You was with Corey last night? I said, I'm with Corey all the time. She said, I'm specifically asking about last night. I tell her, yeah. She said, well, come get him out my bed.
Oh, Father God.
And I said, well, you're going to have to show me. I sent her my phone number. She FaceTimed me, turned the camera around. He laying in the bed, sleep. She told on him because we had been on a date and she was at home babysitting his child while we were on a date.
A whole bunch of mess.
There was a woman talking about if your man receives alimony or child support from his ex-wife, what's the appeal there? How can he be the provider and the head of household if he's taking money from his ex-wife? Well, the child support is going to be going to the kids. So, there's that. Just because she moves on from the relationship doesn't mean that she doesn't still have to support her kids, right? You might have the kids 50-50, but some of these fees, like say for instance, you might be going to a specific school, or you might need something for extracurricular activities, sports, clubs, like school clubs or like stuff like that need to be paid for, and their child support goes towards that. Or child support could go towards medical bills, paying for clothing, upcoming school year, school supplies, putting back towards the college fund. There's a lot of things that could happen. number one. Number two, in terms of alimony, the judge might have ordered that because the judge feels that the father is owed that, or really honestly and truly, the person in general that's getting it is owed that if they weren't necessarily working and they were taking care of the kids. So if that man was working and taking care of the kids, then he was actually, providing in a way. That was his job. He was doing a little bit there. So that's probably why he was getting alimony, because the dynamic in that relationship was a little bit different. But if he goes to another relationship where that isn't the dynamic and he has to get back out there and work, then he would transition to maybe the role of head of household. That's how that would work. And so the problem is, you guys see men as sometimes, okay, he should only provide money. You're so one-track minded, right? And men are only good for one thing to you guys, or maybe a couple of things, depending on where your mind is. So you guys don't see that men can handle a plethora, honestly and truly, a plethora of roles. They can take on a plethora of roles in a relationship. I know you guys think that you have a monopoly on most of the stuff that is major and it makes people feel good or whatever and whatnot. But men are they're actually pretty capable creatures.